Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Daily High with your hosts, Matt McGregor and Tone Vage. Good morning, Tone. How are you, mate? Mate, the background on your side looks like there's a green screen behind you. Like there's some kind of like glitch or something that I can see something above your head. Looks like
Yeah,
a
I know, I
green
know.
screen.
I
Yeah,
saw
there it
that
is.
as well. I don't know how that came in. I just removed it. Yeah.
It's gone now. Yeah, that's it. How are you, mate?
I'm
Happy
good.
Monday.
I'm good. Yeah, new month. Can't believe it's August already. I don't want to leave this place for, the next month or so. Just want to relax and reset everything.
It's a good idea. It's a good idea. Well, you've got the luxury to do that, but how long do you have the luxury to do that with the price of Bitcoin? If it drops, you got to go back to work. But if it
Yeah.
rises, you're fine. So let's have a look. I'll go into it first, as I, is customary on our end here. Give me a second. I'm going to start on the 4-hour time frame and work my way up, not dissimilar to what we did on Friday's show, because I think there's more to talk about here. Okay, so we did break down from that channel that we were stuck in, that we spoke about over and over at nauseum. And the beauty is that we got 2 green diamonds inside the green wave on on these times that you can see on the screen here on the first. Bang, bang. So as of now, they're good trades. Okay. Now I did a show earlier with today, 12 hours ago with Baloo at Candle Open. And there's a few things that I want to talk about today in the show. These are great buys, taking a chance on a buy the dip opportunity with the green diamonds inside the green wave. Fantastic. But I really like where they are as well. And I just noticed on this candle here, you've got the MRI support and resistance dot come in here. The first dot, as you can see, these are the resistance and the support dots right here. I don't want to see us get below there. And there's an MRI top right now on the 4-hour time frame. This is the 4-hour time frame. I'm concerned. Still, it's not out of the woods. Even though we got green diamonds inside the green wave, I think they were a great punt. But what I'm concerned about is a rollover, because there's so much ahead of us that we need to clear right now. We need to get above the 30 simple moving average on the 4-hour. We need to get above the 200, which has been rejected on this candle that we're currently within the last 3 hours. We came up looking good, got rejected off the 200. Still got the 50 ahead of us.
Also, don't forget the MRI right there. Got rejected
No,
by the MRI. So.
I said the MRI.
Right.
I led with the MRI. I'm talking about. I'm painting the case for a rollover.
Yeah.
The green diamonds on Alpha aren't a savior yet. They could be. They could be fantastic, brilliant, and they're great buys. And you can put a break-even stop in. Fantastic, worth taking a punt on. Alpha Numerics, links in the description below if you want that indicator. Great, right? But we got to get above the 30, the 200, and the 50 here. But not only that, I can see a case where we get back to the 50 and get rejected, even break through it a little bit, but get rejected from this is that channel that I drew in, and it's arbitrary. It could be you could lower it down to the 50, whatever. It's in that zone of pumping up and then just getting rejected off the point that we broke down. That would be a textbook rejection for me, and there'll be a ton of short sell orders in that zone of that 116 to 117. Below 117, I'll just make that case. Below 117, we have to be very, very cautious of a dead cat bounce. That's what I'm seeing on the 4-hour, and it could be textbook dead cat bounce, fail. Then you want to. I would clear out of these, buy the dips here, the on the green diamonds, and look for something better. Let's move up the time frame, because this is all going to correlate really, really well together. All right, so we've had that. We dropped down on this. This is going to be an alphanumeric show, right? We dropped through the same spot on the 4-hour that I mentioned. That channel came down beautifully, bounced off the 50 simple moving average on the daily. Fantastic, right? This is going to be a very heavy moving average show. So far, we've only come back up to retest the 7 simple moving average. Even if we bounce from here and come back to the 30 simple moving average, which is this red line here, I think by the time we get there, it'll be perfectly in line with that same breakdown point All right. If you watch today's show with Baloo, I'm sorry, it's going to be the same show again, but it's so relevant. This is that dead cat bounce from, I mean, it's not, I'm not saying it's a dead cat bounce. It is until it isn't a dead cat bounce from the 50 up to retouch on the 30. We've only got the 7 so far, but also the breakdown point in exactly the same area. There'll be a ton of sell orders right here. Once again, I'm going to try and paint this picture of being really clear across all time frames. Weekly time frame. We had a bad week last week, but it's okay for me. It's okay on the weekly time frame because we closed above the 7 simple moving average. We came down to the 7, which I wanted us to do. I wanted us to retouch on the 7 because we were so far above it. We came down and then bounced off it. Beautiful. This is don't worry about this candle. That should be a tiny bit green with a little, body. That's a false candle. It shouldn't be green from down here. There's no gaps, right? But the fact is we closed above the 7 simple and we're currently above the 7 simple. So as far as I'm concerned, on the weekly, we're still good because we're above all the moving averages on the weekly. That's okay. But this candle could turn nasty if we're not careful. So watch for a fake out. Watch for a pump throughout the week to come back up and touch that 117, get rejected and fade down. That would be my concern. But we get through 117, I'm feeling really, really good about the price. This is a natural correction back to the mean of the 7 simple moving average, no problem. The other thing that has to be mentioned is the RSI and what I've been speaking about for fucking months now, this divergence, which is in play until it ain't. And it is still in play right now. This is a macro topping pattern. We might look back upon as textbook, but I can see a case absolutely 50-50 where we come back, recover, and bust through it. No problem on that regard. A few of the other oscillators, just while we're here on the first of the week, this is the Copic curve. It's rounding down, but it's Monday, right? No big deal. That can recover really quick. The MACD rounding down, but can recover really quick. I'm not too concerned about that. I'm going to come back to you in a second, Tone. We've got this great promotion. Is this the one? There's always great promotions on BitGet. It's our favorite non-KYC exchange. If you're going to trade this stuff and you need a non-KYC exchange, I don't see any reason why not to use BitGet. It's absolutely terrific. Of course, we always have BitGet as well, which I think is the best exchange probably in the world, and up there with Blowfin, I should say. All right. I'm coming back to you now, Tone. I'm back on the shared screen. Please like and subscribe. Please share it with your friends. I've got a lot of Black Box and BitGet stuff on today, merch. I don't know. Join the Discord group. Utilize the free trading bots we've got there. We've got a fantastic community. You can join the Discord group and not even use the trading bots, but get in that group because that's where you get a lot of great information and a great community. Tone, am I way off base here, mate? What are you seeing on this Monday morning?
I think I'm going to be a little bit more bullish.
Good.
So let's take a look at the monthly chart. We got a brand new month coming in. We can sneak a peek at the oscillators, which I don't think I have on the monthly, so we'll do it on the weekly. And we are still above that trend line, which is good. Now, what we have to hope for is that the low is in. Hopefully the low for the month is in. And if the low for the month is in, we will be looking at a brand new monthly closing high. And our prior monthly closing high is only at 115.8. So it's not that big of a stretch to get a new monthly closing high. We did get a big wick at the top, but that, it's not necessarily bad, right? We can go back and we can see that we've had one of these candles before that was followed by an awesome candle as well. That was back in 2021. The weekly chart is going to be a lot more interesting. The weekly chart pulled back into a moving average. It topped an extension C. And while it is going to be difficult to maintain the bullish MRI count, I think it's possible but unlikely but that's okay. I don't have a problem with breaking the MRI count as long as we're not popping off any red star candles like what happened back early last, this is February, or earlier this year, because these are weekly candles. So I want to avoid any red star candles, but getting a new green star candle in the vicinity of 120 a couple of weeks from now would be absolutely perfect. Maybe 3 weeks from now. On the oscillator side, I am still not comfortable with the CMF. The MACD looks okay, and as Matt's been pointing out, the RSI looks very, very ugly, setting up for a much bigger drop. Let's go over to the daily chart. Now, the daily chart is what gives me hope. The daily chart went perfectly into my area of support. Remember, even last week I said, hey, my target is 111, but it's also possible we're going to just avoid going into 111, and we reversed perfectly off the 50-period moving average. We came in within spitting distance. Well, let me see what the swing high was here. The swing high was 111,965, and the swing low was 112,056. So that's really a difference of $100. I think that's within a margin of error. And this means that we perfectly pulled back. If I just raise that up right there, if I use wick to wick, we pulled back. This is basically the absolute minimum amount of a pullback while still meeting the requirements of a clean pullback. And based on the daily chart, I don't see anything slowing us down. I'm going to reverse. So this arrow worked out perfectly. And now I'm just going to point this arrow the other way. And now what we are looking at is a move back to the 20-period moving average and the area of the breakdown, which is at approximately 117,000. So if we make it into the 116s, we're close enough. And that is going to be the area. That's going to be the make or break area. Are we going to get rejected from that area? And if we do, then Bitcoin is in serious trouble. Because if we go below 112 one more time, I think we're going all the way to 100. So this is basically going to be the make or break area. And I do think we are going to challenge that 117 area before any breakdown to new lows. Matt, you jumped back. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, you just reiterated. This happens all the time. You said the exact same thing as me, and that's interesting that we both said like the same thing. And even Baloo, when Baloo did an analysis in our show earlier today, he said the same thing for different reasons. And this concerns me that we both said 111 for weeks. We both said that the rally now to 117 is so crucial. We both said the same thing. We can't both be right all three of us can be right all the time. Like this, what's going to happen if everyone is obviously the same point? Could it overshoot it and then reject it? Sure. So just be vigilant is, I guess, is the summation of what I'm saying. That if that is the most obvious thing that Tony and I have just said, it's obvious to us. I don't know. I'd be careful because that's exactly what we both said.
So here's where my bullishness comes in. I think we are in the best part of the cycle. And because we are in the best part of the 4-year cycle, I am leaning bullish here that the low is in. And we are more likely to break 120 to the upside than we are to go back down below 112. Now, we could get, coiled up in here between the moving averages before the breakout. but I am leaning to this being a breakout above 120 and avoiding this MRI support line, because this MRI support line will likely meet the 128-day moving average. They'll probably meet sometime in late August. And that could be another level of support. So if I'm wrong and we do go down, as long as we go down slowly, we got a shot at an even stronger support area with the MRI support line and the 128. And by that time, the 200 day is going to be up a little bit as well. So if that gets broken, you do have the 200 day support. But I would like to avoid, how doing videos in the zone. So I am still leaning towards, hey, by early September, we should be breaking well above 120. That's kind of my thought on this one. So I am, while I do agree with Matt, we're likely to get rejected in the 116 area. I don't yet see this rejection as a move to new lows. I see this as a short-term pause and ultimately breaking out to the upside. So I think that's where you and I might differ, but also you may not be analyzing that far into the future, but I'm already thinking about it. If you want to jump back in here, Matt.
Sorry, mate. I'm getting it on with one of our great listeners here in this thing. I want to. I didn't even hear what you said. I got to clarify something. Reckless. I'm not mad at you, mate, and I respect your opinion. But I said 111 earlier in the week. That's what I was looking for. All right. I said that, and then on the last show we did, I said it's the first of the month today, so I'm expecting that we were going to collapse, but we could recover. I didn't mean that day. I meant that it's the start of the month. We're going to have a collapse and a recovery could be what we're in for. All right. And come back to my moving average touches exactly as what I said. Whatever. It's what I said. It's what I meant. Go back and watch the shows. I said 111. Reckless.
Yeah, no, actually, Matt, we should go back and watch the show, because I think the last time we spoke, I think you were more bullish than me, and I was looking for 111, and I think you were more bullish than that.
But I had the caveat that like we had already come back down into the. Go watch the show. Watch the show again on Friday. I said, okay, this could be the bounce, but if it's not the bounce, I want to see a green diamond inside the green wave. Like this could be the bounce because it's the first of the month. But the first of the month and the second of the month, whatever, it's the same thing. It's like the early month correction inside the green wave or the green diamond with a recovery, which is so far what we've done. And in today's show, I said, that's a great bottoming part. But if we go lower, it's out for me. But above 117, we said the same thing.
Right. Let's move on. We got to move on. Okay. So the one thing I don't like at all is the CMF. I really do not like the CMF on this one. I really don't like the CMF on here. So you got to be careful there. And now the 4-hour hit an MRI top. And again, I am being bullish here. We're now forming an MRI support line. And I think we're going to hold that support line. I'm just going to draw the support line like that. And if we do pull back off of this 4-hour MRI top, I think we're going down. By the way, remember in our Friday video or Thursday video, whenever it was, I didn't know what caused the big market crash, but I assumed that it was Trump being an idiot. And I was 100% right. I spent this entire weekend listening to what kind of an idiot Trump was that caused this 2-day crash. And it was actually worse than I thought, because I didn't know the details, but I looked into the details. He just woke up one morning and decided to, hey, 3 days ago, I said Russia had 50 days before I do something stupid. I decided to randomly change that to 8 days because I guess I woke up and I stepped on a Lego with the number 8 on it, and I randomly chose that day. Then he got really pissed at the BRICS, like India and Brazil. Again, just completely random. It's we went from an Alzheimer's patient in the White House to a schizophrenic in the White House. It's insanity. And it looks like, to me, what this looks like is that someone told him, or maybe he woke up and stepped on another I don't know, Lego out of his bed, and he's walking back the stupidity that he did on Thursday. That's Thursday and Friday. That's basically what it is. It's you really do have a bipolar now in the White House. I don't know what happened in the last 6 years, because he wasn't like that in his first go around. So this is what we have to deal with now. That he will just randomly decide to use uh, tariffs instead of sanctions. I think he just got the words mixed up in his brain. Like, it used to be, sanctions, sanctions, sanctions. Now it's tariffs, tariffs, tariffs. Oh, Modi tweeted something I don't like. Bam, tariffs. Right? Like, this is what we're dealing with here. And the stock market is up, so Bitcoin is up. If he completely walks back the stupidity that he did, the market will go back to a new all-time high, and so will Bitcoin. So I was 100% right without knowing any of the details. Does it look like the S&P has run out of gas? No. No, this was literally Trump being bipolar these 2 days. The S&P would be breaking above this MRI breakout line if Trump didn't decide to be a schizophrenic on Thursday and Friday. I mean, it's really that. I mean, it has nothing to do with the S&P running out of gas.
What we said on Friday's show, what I said on Friday's show, thank you very much, Reckless, is that we would come back up and reclose that gap, the point of the breakout. And that'll be exactly the same, crucial for Bitcoin as far as I'm concerned, that we'll come back up and close that gap, and that'll be 117 for Bitcoin. Are we going to get rejected from that close of gap, or are we going to push through on the S&P 500? I think it's completely correlated with what's going to happen with Bitcoin. Reckless, you fuck.
I wouldn't say Bitcoin is at the most important make or break level.
At 117, back at the breakdown point, which is the same point on the S&P 500 on the daily that we had that breakdown. Will we close that gap and push through? Will we push through the 117 on Bitcoin? It'll be at the same point.
Yeah, it will be. It will be at a very crucial point between 16 and 17. That's the real zone right now. It's in the middle of nowhere, and I think if we go down below 113.5 again, that's it. We're going to go and make new lows. 111 or maybe lower is definitely on the table. But I think that, again, as long as Trump doesn't say anything else stupid, both S&P and Bitcoin are going to go up.
Agreed.
It's going to go up. I don't have a big problem sanctioning Europe 15% on tariffs. I mean, that's not that big a deal. It hurts Europe. It's almost irrelevant for the U.S. Every American will just afford an extra 15%. That's not a big deal. But 50% or 100% on India or China, that's a big deal. That hurts the U.S. consumer. Paying extra 15% on your Audi and BMW parts, or that's not a big deal. American Airlines buying Airbus, that's not a big deal. There's not that much. The U.S., like, I don't know, extra 15% on your IKEA furniture, not a big deal. So it's not. It doesn't hurt the U.S. 15% doesn't hurt the U.S. economy that much. Hurts Europe a bit. Their exports are going to go down. But he hurt Europe in other ways. Like, he convinced Europe to buy a bunch of expensive LNG and other, energy from the U.S. So that hurts Europe. I mean, Europe is a total shit show. The U.S. doesn't get hurt. But if he decides to put these ridiculous sanctions on Brazil, so if he puts these 100% sanctions on Brazil, Brazil is just going to stop selling anything to the U.S. So again, not a big deal. You may not have Brazil nuts in your store, but Brazil does not depend on the U.S. and Brazil's got a shit ton of trading partners all around the world. So again, it only hurts the U.S. These sanctions on Brazil, India, basically the BRICS. Uh, Trump never mentioned the BRICS when he was running for office, and suddenly the BRICS is like the an organization that's going to take down the U.S., which it's not, but Trump seems to think this way. So it's a disastrous policy that he's embarking on, and every time he walks away from his policies, market goes up. Every time he opens his mouth and tries to add more tariffs, the market does this, what you just saw. So I guess he backed off, and the market goes up. That's all it is. So the S&P is looking good again, but let's see if it's sustainable. Let's see what the geopolitics say. I mean, this is how we're trading now. I mean, the TA is a little tricky. Bitcoin dominance at the moment is dropping, but I think the lows should be in. This is the daily Bitcoin dominance. We'll go back up eventually. Let's go to weekly. Let's put on a line chart. Yeah, I mean, we got room. We still have room to even Bitcoin dominance to fall and still maintain its uptrend. So plenty of room. We started off the month pretty badly all right, come on. Started the month pretty badly in the ETF holdings. But again, if we go up to 120,000, this will be back in the green. But July is in. July finished with 52,000 Bitcoin purchased by the ETFs. BlackRock is absolutely crushing it. And the Grayscale Mini, as I've stated months and months and months ago, will be the fourth highest. And eventually the Grayscale original ETF will fully convert into the Mini. It has a lower fee. It's just a better product. I don't understand why people are still holding this one. They should just, convert it into the other one, but there are some tax implications involved with that. Do I ever use a screener in your trading? Not at the moment. But we have the MRI alert service. That's pretty much it. I mean, gold isn't doing anything interesting.
There's a question. There's a comment here. Trump will substantially raise tariffs on India. America has to be very careful of India. If America loses India, they're fucked. Seriously fucked. You can't lose China and India. That you want India as your friend. Tone, thoughts?
Yeah. I mean, it's just, again, Trump is using tariffs as sanctions. That is not how tariffs were ever meant to be used. Trump, I don't know, read a chapter in some book from William McKinley, a president, who was a big advocate of tariffs to protect American industry and provide revenue for America instead of taxes. Now, Trump initially was going to go with that style. Hey, we can lower taxes and create tariffs. Now, the way William McKinley was and the way tariffs were used at the time, hey, we're going to tariff certain industries so that you have a blanket tariff. Hey, we're going to tariff every country 10%. And on certain industry like automotive, we're going to tariff 25% because we want to protect our automotive. Hey, on other products, I don't know what else America is building, right? I'm just using automotive as an example. That's how a tariff was supposed to be used, right? But that's not how Trump is using it. I didn't have a good phone call with Modi. You know what? Tariff 75%. If we have a better call tomorrow, I'm going to drop it to 50. And if he doesn't call me, I'm going to make it 100. And if he curses at me, I'm going to make it 500. That's not how tariffs are used. This is how sanctions have been used. And sanctions have been proven to be useless, disastrous, and terrible for the last 30 years. But now he converted the word tariff and is using it like a sanction. This is a disaster. Now, yes, losing India would be bad. He's already losing China. and he's going to lose Brazil, and it's a total disaster. It's a total disaster. And you know what? It would be total disaster for America, but like, it's just bad. It's bad. India is a BRICS member that is actually closest to the U.S. India spies for the U.S. And if he loses India, I mean, again, that's I don't know what he's doing. I don't understand it. Like if the U.S. policy is to hold down China, why are you pissing off India? Again, we have a bipolar schizophrenic in the White House right now. It's very, very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. I expected better. I expected way better. I didn't see this coming. I mean, the S&P is near all-time highs, so I'm not that pissed. But man, if the S&P was down 20%, I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, I'm an Australian, so I shouldn't say anything. But you lost me at not releasing the Epstein files.
Right. I'm not even going there. I mean, that really pissed off a lot of the Trump supporters.
Jesus, what have you done? All right, I gotta go. Yep. Great show tonight. Yeah. You know, I love this chat here. It is so much fun. And Reckless, I love you, mate. I'm not having a go at you. It's just for fun. It's all good. I enjoy the banter.
All right, we got a Tyler Jenks in the audience.
Yeah, he's been in all of our shows. He's always there.
All right, guys. Thank you all for watching, and see you all.
Thanks, guys.
The next one. Let me stop the
screen. Go Bitcoin. Let's get above 117 and celebrate together as we move on to the higher highs.
Oh yeah, no, we get a full candle above 117. I'm gonna be super bullish. I mean, we get a full candle above 117. That's bull leverage time right there.
Somebody just said, "Show us your gold chains, Matt." And I don't know how they knew this. I guess my social media has been leaked. But look at what BitGet sent me. Look at this thing. I'm going to wear this to the next fight in Singapore.
Is that real gold?
Oh, that's blowfin. Sorry. It's not real. You know how heavy this would be if it was real gold? It's still pretty heavy. But I'm going to wear this and look like a real goon in Singapore.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.